This fairway Ed from Corpus Christi, Texas. So you're listening to Nothing is OB.
Man, this game is crazy. You know, you come out here 1 week, you look like a major champion. The next week, you look like a 25 handicapper from Crabapple, North Dakota.
Right there, my Alice boys.
Let's go, bro.
3 shots, 4 par, I just do 2, 1 putt, par 4, birdie, woohoo, new driver, info,
My
replace,
interviews
M2, par 5,
gonna have a
fairway,
banger
what
for
you
you.
finna do? Think I'll try to get on into, stop right, good line, good view, hit Drew, shooter McGavin, 2 thumbs that's up high and 2 fingers pointed at you, pew pew, fairway to green, conk off that I'm playing, sometimes these par 3 green look like an island, I plunge in and keep it on dry land, at least I'm at.
Welcome to Nothing is OB South Texas Golf Podcast, episode 198. That's right, we're almost to the 200. We're almost to 200 right there. Tonight's special guest is Coach Ally Trevino. Yes, it's her. She is a fan favorite on the show. We're about to bring her on here. But before we kick things off here, I'm going to go ahead and pay some bills right here. Hey guys, thank you so much to our presenting sponsor, Maximum Demolition and Dismantling. Make sure you hit up our guy, owner operator Lee Ramos, Southside born, Southside raised. The pride of Harlandale, baby. No job too big, no job too small. This dude and his company loves the dirty work. No job too big, no job too small. He can do it all. Maximum Demolition Dismantling. You need something taken apart? He'll put it back together. This dude does it all. Family man, Southside born, Southside raised. Make sure you hit up my guy at 210-507-2227 out at MaximumDemo.com. And guys, don't forget, we are coming live from the Texas Chancla Studios. Big ups to our guy, Jesse Hernandez. Yes, he is that lawyer. Just coming back to reality from living his best golf life. He was out there in Scotland. He was out there in Ireland. I'm putting all his stuff out there. We're coming live from the Texas Chancla Studios. Make sure for any of your legal matters, make sure you hit him up at JesseHernandezLaw.com. He'll fight for you. The Texas Chancla. He'll slap anybody trying to mess with you. This dude's the real deal. Such a great guy, great person. I'm so thankful for his sponsorship of the Texas Chancla Studio. Hit him up at 807-8656. All right. Woo, running out of breath here. And we got our last sponsor right here, our gimme sponsor right here, FOREBROS Tour. Never golf alone again. If you don't have a home, FOREBROS Tour has a home for you. The best schedule in the city. We keep none of the money that we get. It all goes back to our members. Member first organization. Banger of a schedule. Guys, this weekend coming up, we have the Hill Country Shootout. Valor Creek, River Crossing. Shoot, man, you can't beat it. FOREBROS Tour, never golf alone again. If you don't have a home, FOREBROS Tour has a home for you. If you're not sure how to get at us, you can go to my website, nothingisob.com. There's a tab on there that says FOREBROS Tour for more info. Or also, guys, it's in the show notes. All right, let's bring on... I always want to say your email, but then I don't want her to get blasted with emails. But it has something to do with Titleist. Ally Trevino. Ally, how are we doing tonight, girl? Did you get it? There you
I'm
go.
good, sorry. I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm just like, I'm over here trying to look through your email, through my emails to find out. I said, man, I'm putting in, okay, Ally. I'm like this. And I'm like, hold on. She has like some catchy one. And I went back and I said, damn, golfer, baller right there.
Yeah, I put it together back when I was at St. Edward's, and I just kind of stuck with it. And like I use it every time I like try to get on and I apply for the Masters, thinking I'm like, okay, they're gonna select me. Like they just need to like look at my email address and they're gonna select me. And every year, this year I thought I really was gonna get it because all my friends were like, oh, I didn't get my tickets. And I hadn't heard anything. Like it had been at least like 2 days and I hadn't heard anything. And I was like, oh, I think this is gonna be the year. I think I'm gonna get the tickets. And then
Man, well, so I know a lot of superintendents, right? And they have to be part of and I call it the secret society, right? The secret society of superintendents. And it's all about like what grade or class, right, they're on. And if they're in a certain class, they get free tickets to the Masters every year. Every year. And I'm like, and I call it the secret society, right? Well, they go and they play about 3 courses there around the Augusta area, and they all go get free tickets and free entry into the Masters any day.
I'm not even picky. Like I don't even want to be there like on the weekend. Like I'll totally go for a practice round and or like the par three, like whatever. I just want to like be there and like yeah.
I know, right? Like I'm just like, well, one of my buddies, Michael Osman, he's my
Yes,
bestie.
I saw.
I would see. I don't know. Okay, because he likes to play. He likes to play with people. So I don't know if he really got it or he said Thursday's round. And I've been playing it super coy, right? Like super coy. He goes, "Hey, bestie, you haven't even asked me anything about my Masters tickets." And I said, "Well, I'm trying to play hard to get. I'm trying to have some standards. You know."
Yeah, I saw that he had posted and I was like, damn, I don't really know him, but I don't like him.
No, but it's like, or you know it, or it's like, I like him? Hey, I travel light. Like I travel light.
Yeah, I guess.
All right,
But
Ali.
no.
So Ali, initial thoughts. It's a Happy Gilmore 2 review. Give me just, I mean, let's just start it right off with the bang. We'll get to what you have going on in your professional golf life here in a bit, but just initial thoughts. Happy Gilmore 2.
So I was so like, okay, in certain times where I'm not very coherent, what I will do is I will put Happy Gilmore 1 on mute and I will give you line for line. I can give you the whole entire movie. Like I really do like Happy Gilmore 1. So when I heard that Happy Gilmore 2 was coming out, I was super excited about it. Now I didn't get to watch it like the first night that it had aired or whatever. I had to wait till like the second day. And even at that, I didn't get to watch the whole movie. I only watched half of it. And I absolutely loved it. And in fact, when you called when you messaged me yesterday and you were like, talk about Happy Gilmore, I was like, oh, I have to wear my shirt. And so like I bought this shirt probably about 2 months ago, not knowing that like any of these people were going to be in the movie. And when I bought it, I was just like, dude, this is so gangster. Like these golfers like went to jail and like this is just a gangster shirt. So
Dude,
I wear it like
you're like a thug. Like, I mean, you could wear that like on the west side and south side, and like people would like dap you up.
like I go to HEB and like sometimes people like look at my shirt and they're like, and I try to be like just like mean mug them and just be like, what you looking at?
Right here, I got a great, I got a great comment right here. I got a right there. Got a great comment right here. Robert Vasquez, she shanks just like Happy Gilmore.
You know what? Robert is a hater. I'm gonna tell you a quick story. So like I went to Lackland the other day to go practice and there was nobody out there. It was like 2:00 in the afternoon. It was at least 100 degrees. And I'm hitting balls in the range. And I'm actually hitting like the ball really, really good. So I turn around, like if you've been to Lackland, it's the driving range, and then there's like a tent where you can hit on the mats, and then there's the putting green. Well, I had been practicing my 40-yard shot, and I like happened to shoot the putting green, and it was 40 yards exactly. And I was like, oh, this is perfect. Like I'm just gonna like hit it over the tent and hit it onto the putting green. And the first shot I hit, I swear, I'm like 2 inches away from the hole. The second shot I hit, I actually hit the pin, and it kicked back a little bit further. And then the third shot, I bladed it. I completely bladed it like over the green.
Okay.
I
You're
hit
speaking.
the
You're speaking my language. You're speaking my language.
so I hit the building and there's no windows. Like I didn't break anything, but I mean it hit the door and it ricocheted and it comes back onto the green. And in my mind, I'm like, you know what? If somebody was walking there, like I could have really hurt them. This is not safe. Like I should go pick up my golf balls and not do this. And so as I'm going to go pick up my golf balls and pick them all up, Robert comes out and he's like, hey, did you almost hit a truck? And I was like, no. I was like, hey, shh, quiet. Sorry.
I thought it was me. I thought it was my dogs. I said, man, I let my dogs out. I was like, man, someone's breathing hard over there. It's normally me.
I have a Frenchie and a golden retriever, and they want to be all about this podcast. No, and so he was like, are you sure you didn't hit a truck? And I was like, no, I didn't hit a truck. I was like, I did blade it, and I hit it. Hey, stop it. Sorry.
That's
I was
okay.
like, I did. What?
I said, that's okay. Go for it. Go for it.
I was like, I did blade it and it came back. I said, but I was nowhere near the trucks. And then this older retiree starts walking towards us. And he was like, I called because I park my car here all the time and my car got hit and I had to pay for the damages. And in my mind, I'm like, bro, why do you keep parking your car there then? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
no
and so I
way.
didn't, just like, I mean, I understand where he's coming from, but I was nowhere near the car, and so he
Golf
gives me.
Golf Karen strike again, right? I mean,
Oh, it
there's
was.
it's Golf Karen strike. It's kind of like, so being a coach, right, and being a baseball or softball coach, like, not to park your car right by where the foul balls are. Like, you want to park it in the home run. Hey, if somebody gets lucky, hits home run, more power to them, right? But you don't park them down the first or third base line. You just do not. And the people that do, and they get hit, and they want to be all pissy about it, you're like, you
Sorry.
park there. Like, I mean, come on, right, bro?
Yeah, so Robert's been giving me crap about that because I'm like, you're right. I should not have bladed it. But you didn't see the first two shots. I almost freaking like pulled out. But I mean, that's neither here nor there. It was my fault. I take responsibility.
Well, you got to take it on the chin right there, right? So you know what? So as you have one shank to a movie where it's nothing but, or there's plenty of shanks on there. What was maybe the anticipation of this two of Happy Gilmore 2 coming out? Because what do they say? It was like what? It was like 29 year or 28 year, right?
Yeah.
Something like that. Like 20 plus years since the first one.
I honestly didn't have any expectations. I didn't know what was going to be on the. I didn't know there was going to be so many cameos on the movie. I just know that the first one was iconic, and it was just like my dogs are deciding to have the zoomies like right here, right now.
That's okay. That's okay. It's all good. We'll be okay. We'll be okay right there. We'll be okay.
But yeah, I didn't have any expectations, and so I think that by far, like, my favorite part of the whole movie was when Will Zalatoris came out, because I had the hugest crush on Will Zalatoris when he first hit the tour, and I think he's like a member at Augusta National, and I was like, oh, if I marry him, one, he's hot, but two, he's a member at Augusta, and I'll get to go play there like whenever I want. And so when everyone started saying that he looks like Happy's caddy, I was like, oh, he's not cute anymore.
Hey, you know what? What I like is that how he's like, he's out, and then he's like, then he pops his head out, right? And I think maybe, right, prequel or sequels are always hard to live up to the original, right? Especially if they're like a cult classic like Happy Gilmore. So my wife is like super dork, but I mean, she's a hot dork, right? But so she likes to like dig into several intricacies of the movie. So she's going back to, oh, I said, babe, she's like, babe, this is one of Adam Sandler's first movies, and this, and I'm like this. No, it's not. She goes, yeah, it is. It's like Billy Madison, then Happy Gilmore. And I'm like, and we go back, and it was like a 1996 movie.
Yes.
And you're just like, this is like the height of like Adam Sandler, like stepping out of that Saturday Night Live role, right? And it's just one thing that we love and we appreciate about Adam Sandler movies is that he always includes his like family and his boys, like and his boys.
Yeah, and he gives major props to SNL too.
Oh yeah, like he's always trying. See, and again, there you go, right? My wife goes, he's always trying to help the next SNL guys, like kind of launch their career. Like, hey, like let me get him in, and you know what? Like, let me try to get him help the next guy, right?
Yeah, I really liked that, and I just thought that like all the players that like decided to like participate in the movie, I thought they all did a really great job, just to kind of showcase that like golfers are not these like typical like boring dudes. You know what I mean? Like they're not like just the stereotype. Like some of them really got into character. Like Xander Schauffele. Oh my God, I was cracking up when they went to the dinner and he's like, "That's what she said," and I'm like, "Oh, like it doesn't even make any sense," but it was just hilarious.
But Ally, this is how boys are, right? This is how we are, right? It's like, so when you get them in a room, like it's like it never changes, right? It never stops. And
and then when Travis Kelce like totally like tackled them and he was like, "I think I have a fork up my butt," and they're like, "Ricky Fowler, that's what she said." I was like, oh my God, it was hilarious. It was so, there were so many things that really just came together. Now I will say that the one thing I didn't like, but only because I know Happy Gilmore, the first movie,
say
so
it.
well.
I think it's the same thing. Go for it.
I didn't like all the flashbacks, right? They had to explain why they were doing certain things, because like what I was doing, like I was watching it and there were some people that I was watching it with that didn't really know Happy Gilmore, the first movie. I would pause and I'm like, okay, so this is why this is being done.
Don't you hate that though sometimes, or do you like that?
No, well, and then they would like show the flashback, and I'm like, oh, like I didn't appreciate it, but I know people who don't really know about the first movie, they appreciated it. So that's just my little take.
Well, the one thing that you say the flashbacks, right, is something that kind of didn't do it for you. Well, I think for me is the killing of his wife. Like
Oh
I
my god.
I didn't like I was like this. I was like, I'm like, okay, so how do we get to where, what, I see the previews. I said, how do we get to where he has no money, right? How he's broke, right? And I'm just like, this is what happened. Like, he kills his wife. I said, damn, like, how freaking sad is that?
Was it on? It was on Mother's Day too.
It was on Mother's Day at the like. And you know what? And I never knew that it was the same person from Modern Family. And I love the mom. I love the mom that plays Claire.
Oh,
It's
I
the
didn't
same mom.
realize that.
It's the same mom. Well, she looks really different. And it's just
Right.
aged. She's aged. But you know what? I still think like she's a great looking lady. And I'm like, dude,
Very
I
pretty.
love her even more because I know she's Claire. She's the mom, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I never really got into Modern Family, but now that you say that, I'm connecting. I'm connecting the dots. So
Well, you know what? I watched some of it. Because I like Ed O'Neill, the guy, Sophia, his husband. I love him, and so I just think it's so family because it's so funny because it's like I'm an idiot too, and so I'm like it's easy to play an idiot, and I just love it, right? So you know what you have your likes, you have your dislikes. What did you think about the plot? It goes broke, trying to put his daughter in ballet school. I mean, what did you think about that whole plot?
I think that I felt like the storyline was good up until about the middle, and then I felt like it just went way overboard. But I kind of expected the Adam Sandler movie to go overboard because he kind of goes overboard with everything. But I appreciated like just the cameos of all of the different players, like Jack Nicklaus when he was telling Kelsey that he wanted an Arnold Palmer. He's like Jack Nicklaus, but I get that a lot. You know what I mean? And I felt like the Maxi players were they were very similar to like maybe like the Live Tour was kind of the vibe that I was getting. Like it was the PGA versus the Live kind of. But I like that both Live Tour and PGA players, like they all kind of worked together. You know what I mean? And so I was trying to find like similarities like that and kind of draw conclusions, but I may be overreaching.
Well, and I think so too. It was kind of like a big like fu to Live, right? Like it's just because I don't know. Have you ever been to a Live event?
I have not.
All right, so we went to Live Houston, and it was like you've been to the circus, right?
Well,
Okay,
yeah.
all right. So that's what it's like. It's like the circus, but like on the golf course, right? There's a big stage. We were in Houston. They played at the Golf Club of Houston. There was like, let's get ready to rumble. You had people were coming down in parachutes from planes. Like it was just, I mean, I got kind of scared because you heard like a huge boom, right? Like, hey, like a legit shotgun start, and so
Yeah.
it was super similar. Like I'm just like, man. This is just like Live. Like this is just like Live. They took
Yeah.
see, look, even your dog wasn't having
I know.
it too. Okay, so tell me your dog's names. They have to have like golfers' names.
So I wish I could tell you that they have golfers' names, but I did not have the privilege of naming them. So I have a French bulldog. His name is Kong. My son named him, and then we are house sitting for my boyfriend, and he has a golden retriever, and they named him Dexter after the murder.
The serial
from-
killer. You know what? Hey, two violent movie characters. I like it. I like it right there.
Hey, can you take them out that way? So they like want to have the zoomies right here. Come here. Hey, come here. Nope, they're just in their own little world. Anyways, so
So we have the plot. You know what? Of course, Happy comes to kind of save the day, right? And you know what? I like the kid. I like the kid that played. What was it? Billy. They kept messing his name, Bailey, Barry, right? They kept and I love that guy, right? Like that guy always plays a good scumbag.
yeah, I liked him too. when it came to like explaining like why they could hit the ball so far, I was like, with the shoe up the butt, I was like, okay. It just wasn't, I mean, it's not my kind of comedy, but I mean, I kind of went with it.
And I think that's where kind of some things kind of got silly, but you know what? We accepted it for part one, right? But we're not going to do that for part two. I mean, we have to do it for part two, and I think the one thing I did like, I was a fan of the flashbacks because I like how you tried to tie the two. Because my youngest daughter, I had to show her part one, right? I had to show her part one because you can't see part two without seeing part one. You can't, like,
Right.
you can't do it. And then my wife too. My wife's like, I have to watch it to kind of remember and familiarize myself so I can enjoy part two, right? I think one
Right.
of my favorite cameos, we talk about the players cameos, I think was Eminem being the
Oh
jackass
my
guy.
God. Yes.
Eminem, he plays he like I mean he's a proven actor, right? 8 Mile, right? I mean he's solid.
Yeah, I really did like. When I saw him, I was like, oh my God, because my golf playlist, like I have a lot of Eminem, and I actually started listening to Bad Bunny. So I was like, oh, really like starstruck when I saw that he was such a big part of the movie too. And so it's funny because I actually looked at the lyrics to one of my favorite Bad Bunny songs, and I was like reading it. I'm like, oh my God, like this, I'm never gonna play this in front of grandma and grandpa. But yeah, it was really cool to see that, and then to see Posty. Posty was in there. He was one of the announcers. But I really liked that John Daly. I thought John Daly was gonna play like a little bit of a bigger part in it because he has a tendency to overswing. I thought he was gonna be like another part of the movie, but he ended up not. But I loved how like all of the people, like they were all wearing his loudmouth stuff because I have some of his loudmouth stuff and I absolutely love it. And so I'm glad that he was in it. I wish he could have had a bigger part, but I love that everybody was wearing his clothes.
I love how they're getting together as a family and they're like, and don't forget to feed John Daly 3 times a day, right? And it's just like,
Make sure he doesn't sleep in my bed.
yeah, and it's just like I love the character, and I think you know what, Ali? It seems like you have like an old golf soul. You were your grandfather was the one that really, hey, that raised you in the game, right? So I think I think that's why we connect because you have like an old golf soul, right? And my uncle was just like he still to this day. My uncle was the first person to put a club in my hand. He would always say back in the 90s that John Daly was his favorite player, and then still to this day, we're in 2025. He's like, man, I'm just a John Daly kind of guy, If I ain't gripping it and ripping it, I'm gripping it and sipping it. You know what I mean? And so it's just like, and so I love John Daly, and I thought he did an amazing job in his role.
I do too. And I know that like he won't always play in all the PGA, events, but he'll go to the Hooters, the local Hooters buy the PGA event and he'll make more money there
Why
than he
Augusta?
will.
They said
I know.
it's gonna be done because they're closing all the Hooters.
What? Oh, that's
Yes.
right. Oh, well, in the movie, he says like after the tournament's over, he goes, all right, everybody, let's go to Hooters. And I was like, oh,
Right? That's what I'm saying. And I'm just like, and I think, okay, you know what? The way I've always looked at it, the way I've always viewed it, I said, you know what? You want to see it, you can go anywhere to see it. But you know what? I grew up in Corpus Christi. We didn't have Hooters like until later on. And so I didn't grow up liking wings.
yeah.
Like we didn't have wing places. There was no wing places, right?
Yeah.
We had plenty of chicken places, but the first Hooters I went to was the Hooters at River Center Mall.
Oh my gosh.
And that was in 1998, and we got lost on the way back, going back to UTSA. We got lost. We were on the east side. We thought we were going to die. We're over here like by the railroad tracks in a gas station asking somebody for directions. And some dude thought we were like fronting on him.
Oh my gosh. I took my son at the beginning of the summer. I took him to Corpus because we were going to go and hang out on the beach, but we decided to stay there. And then when we woke up the next morning, I was like, okay, we have to go see the Selena statue. And he was like, why? Who's that? And I'm like,
Salinas. Anything for
so
Salinas.
I told him, I was like, well, this is who she is. Like, because we were within walking distance of it. And so I was like, so we're going to go see the statue and you have to rub her butt and make a wish. And he was like,
Oh, shut up. Are you being serious?
he goes, "You're pranking me." And I'm like, "No, because she had a giat." Like, I have to talk in his terms. I'm like, "She had a giat, and like that's what she was known for." And he was like, "For real, Mom?" And so I've got proof. I promise. It's hand to God, Andy. And so it's like there's like a little enclosure, and I'm like, "Just crawl underneath it and look
Yeah.
for buttons, make a wish." And he was like, "Okay."
You got
so
him
then
to do that.
we listened to Selena the whole way home, and he was like, "Okay, Mom, I don't want to listen to Selena anymore." But yeah.
Man, a girl I dated in high school, and I know we're getting way off topic, but nothing is OB. A girl I dated in high school, her twin sisters went to her twin cousins went to high school with her, and they rolled her in the bathroom. They put a whooping on her because apparently she cheated with one of their boyfriends, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so that's when, at that moment, even though she was torn a lot, at that moment she just went straight homeschool. That was the story. And I believe it. I believe it because those twin guys, they were pretty. I mean, they were pretty, but their family were wrestlers. They had a wrestling ring in their backyard, and it was like a legit wooden. Like, it did not feel like there was like no springs. It was like they were legit. Like, their dad and brother were like wrestlers that amateur wrestled. Like, would cut their forehead. I mean, they were just. I mean, like, I'm glad they were on my side, but when we broke up, I was scared of them. Right, we were all scared of them. So all right, back on topic right here. So we talk about Hooters, we talk about John Daly, and I think that's where John Daly is like the everyday guy, right? The everyday guy, and I think Happy Gilmore. I mean, I think the Tims wearing the Tims and the Bruins is just a little much. I mean, especially for us, we're South Texans, right? Like,
but that's his character. I mean, I get it. I would never do it, but I get it.
Well, okay, so Ally, you always go to the course looking good, right? That's like you're known for having the bows and everything's matching and like look good, feel good, play good, right? And if you didn't play good, hey, you look good, right?
I look good.
So what was maybe the most, I guess, turned down you would be going and playing around a golf?
I mean, I know this summer, like, it hasn't been too crazy hot, but sometimes, like, I'll go to the range just with, like, some Lululemon shirt and shorts, but I mean, like,
You're
I'm
still name branding it. You're still name branding.
I'm still put together. I mean, you know what I mean? Well, because it's dry fit, and I sweat, and I don't want to look like I'm sweating. You know what I mean? So that's why I'll glisten.
You're glistening. Yeah, you're glistening out there. All right. So as we talk about Happy Gilmore, what do you think? Do you think because of the drive distance, the distance in the game, just getting way out of control, do you think the rollback will maybe kind of tailor some of it, or are they just going to keep making more and more equipment? These guys are going to keep grinding more, speed swinging, Mach 3 training, getting that much better to where it's just like it just continually shortens the courses.
No, I think what they're going to do is I think they're just going to make courses more difficult. Like, I know that at Cedar Creek, they shut it down for quite some time, but when it came back, they had more bunkers. They had more areas where, you could get into trouble. And so, like, I know some of my high school kids, like, they can bomb their drives, but they don't hit driver on every hole at Cedar. You know what I mean? And so, by making the course more difficult, they're taking driver out of their hands, but that doesn't mean that they're going to stop trying to hit the long ball. You know what I mean? It just means that on the holes where they can hit it, they really try to like capitalize as much as they can. So I don't see courses, becoming longer. I mean, maybe the newer courses, but in San Antonio, I don't feel like there's going to be any new courses anytime soon. So, but no, I think by making the courses more difficult, it's just taking your driver out of hand. And so when you are able to capitalize, then you can do so.
So it's also it may be a comparison to the movie. Do you think we need like a Live versus PGA like match or Ryder Cup style? Do you think is there enough like, I guess, star power with Live to maybe combat the PGA?
The Live has a lot of really great golfers. I've honestly I don't really watch Live only because I enjoy watching the PGA, and I'm very loyal to the PGA because that's what I watch.
Gosh.
I know. But I mean, like, if Tiger ever went to Live, or if like Rory ever went to Live,
okay,
like,
different story.
that would
Different
pique
story.
my interest. Then I'd be like, okay, well, why? Oh my goodness, that is really rude. That
Spank
then
him.
I mean, well, I don't spank. We didn't get to have a walk today, so that's there we go. But no, I would definitely start turning my head. But I mean, like, who's on Live? Brooks, who else?
Bryson.
Bryson.
You have
Bryson is
Serge.
really popular right now.
You have
But
Sergio. You have Sergio. You got You got Joaquin Neiman. You know, Lee Westwood. You know, Ian Poulter. I mean, just like or Abe Answer. I mean, there's some Harold Varner III. You know what? You seem like a Bubba Watson kind of girl. I know.
oh
No,
no.
nobody likes Bubba Watson. Like, I don't even think he likes himself.
I went and played with the guy the other day, and he had a really, really pretty pink driver, and I was like, "Oh, that's so cute." And he's like, "It's Bubba Watson," and I'm like, "Oh, I take it back.
Oh, hey, psych. Never mind. Right.
Never mind." JK, JK.
So
But
I. Oh, go for it. Go for it. You go.
no,
Tell
no,
me.
no. I just,
Okay.
I don't know. I don't see that there's a huge. It's just it doesn't tailor to my needs, so I don't participate in the Live Tour. So I think that if they had some bigger names go over them, but I mean, like, how much more money can they throw at golfers to go to the Live Tour? So I don't know how they would be able to do that. But I mean, like you were saying, it just seems like a really big dog and pony show, and I mean, I don't know how else they can attract more people.
And I think they got that point across right in the movie, and you know just how you know and if you haven't seen the movie, spoiler alert, you know it's like they have him chipping out of a bunker that it's like he has to take a ladder in, right? He's got to
Yeah,
take a ladder in, chip onto a green that's moving, right? And I think
yeah,
they're just like it's they're making fun of the whole we're playing 7 holes, like 7 holes in and I guess if you're a traditional golfer, like I guess you know what, nine kind of can satisfy the itch a little bit, right? Like it can, right? You know,
yeah.
but what is that nine? Then that nine, like it's like you almost feel complete, especially if you're shooting well, right? You're like,
Oh yeah.
I need to play. I need to make this round like legit, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, I played. I was telling you earlier, I played the Dominion this morning, and so it was. Oh, I think it had been 20 years since I had played the Dominion, and
No way.
I had played it back in college, and it was funny because a friend of mine, Jason Montemayor, he invited me out there today. I was like, dude, like I think on hole 7, I was like, I remember there was a huge fan. It was like a metal fan, and it would like show do the misters. And he was like, oh, I that's never been here. And I'm like, well, that was 20 years ago. But I really enjoyed it. And so like we played they have like a hybrid, it's between the white and the blue tees. And so we played that. And I freaking bogeyed both of the par fives on the front side. And I was like, God damn it. And so, making the turn, I was like, okay, we got to just kind of settle down, attack the par fives, be different. And so I bogeyed 11, and I was just like, what is going on? And then I doubled, well, I bogeyed 10, I parred 11, and then I doubled 12. And then I was like, okay, no more Mr. Nice Guy. And then I was able to par out. So it was fine. But
Everything at Dominion. If you haven't played Dominion Country Club, it's right off of I-10 West. They always say that everything breaks to 10.
towards 10. Yeah. And
Do you agree with that?
so Jason had told me that, and I was like, okay, but they're bent grass. And so I forgot what it was like to play bent grass. And so everything is relatively straight anyways. If it's going to break, it might break half an inch, if that. And then like if there's water on the left side and I-10 is on the right side, it's just going to go straight.
Go middle. Let's go middle. Go middle.
Yeah. And so, I mean, he said that, and I listened to him like maybe the first few holes. And then after a while, I was just kind of like, if I'm going to play it, like, I'm not going to play it outside the hole. I'm just going to play it firm. So it was.
I love the Dominion. It's such a beautiful track. In comparing, okay, so as we talk Dominion, a great course, and we talk about Happy Gilmore, how it's so fun, it's so different. What's the type of golf you like to play? Like, what is like your ideal round? Maybe like fun round and then competitive side. Give me one-on-one.
So if I'm just going for fun, like I'm gonna bring my speaker, right? I'm gonna put my my Eminem and my Bad Bunny on, and people are going to look at me sideways, but I'll just turn it down. No, I always like to listen to music, just with good people, a good time. I mean, you're out there for 5 hours, so you want to enjoy it. You want to be with enjoyable people, and you just want to enjoy being outside and, getting the awesome weather. I can't believe our summer that we've been having this summer. Like, it doesn't even feel like it's Texas summer.
It's not bad, right? Okay.
It's so good.
It's not bad. Like that you look outside and we're checking the temperature, especially being a football coach, and I'm like, it's like that, guys, this 97 feels like 92. It's not,
Yeah,
like
I'm
it's
not nearly as brown as I should be because
stop.
normally,
How brown are you getting? Really? How
like
brown are you getting?
I am not getting very brown at all. Like normally I have like a golden like
Oh,
glow
you
about
get
me.
bronze. You get bronzed, right?
Yes, I do. But like I'm like, I'm looking at my tan, especially my sock tan line. That's how I can
The golfer
really
tan
tell.
line, right? That's how you can
If
tell.
you
Yeah.
can, if there's like a definitive line, I'm like, okay, it was a harsh summer, but like it really wasn't a hard. And I have like my I don't know if you can see, but my
Farmer's tan.
farmer's
Kinda.
tan, yeah, or my V-neck. It's not a thing this summer, but I'm not complaining. Like it was absolutely beautiful. I actually took my jacket because this morning it was a little chilly,
It
like
was
getting out of the
chilly. It
car.
was. Yeah. No lie.
So yeah, it was a beautiful morning. I always like to go to Bill Miller's, get some bean, cheese, and bacon, have my sweet tea with me, and just
That's like a $13 breakfast right there.
well, if you do the refill, it's only like $5, so you have to know how to do it.
See, look, hey, this is if I'm gonna follow you for more tips. Follow you for more
This,
tips.
this ain't my first rodeo.
So,
Um,
so you're right though, because coaches, high school start next week on Monday for football, but we started this past Monday, and we've been having 8 a.m. or 8:30 workouts, right? And this morning I had a league meeting today, so we started at 8 a.m. this morning, and I went outside and I said, oh look, I better bring a quarter zip, I better bring a cardigan,
I was talking to one of the kids that they're no longer in my class. They were in my class last year, and they were like, Coach, why do all golf coaches wear quarter zips? And I started thinking about it, and I was like, you're right. Like all coaches wear quarter zips. I was like, I need to not do that. And so I immediately went to Sunday Red, and I ordered a nice cashmere sweater.
Damn. Okay,
I was
and
like,
what?
I have to go school supply or school clothes shopping, and so I bought. That was the only thing I bought.
You're one of those ones that we go look at your Amazon wish list and it says quarter zip Sunday Red, right? It's got the link. You're like,
No.
damn coach Trevino right here. I got a great comment right here. My brother Isaac Camarillo, sometime co-host Isaac Camarillo. Speak for yourself. I'm as red as an Indian. Can we say that? Oh. You're gonna. I don't think we can say that, but you know what? Hey, we can say that. It's nothing as OB. But he's light skinned like you. He's Mexicano, but very light skinned too. So very light skinned. And but you're right though. I don't think the tan line, like I'm a lot darker than I normally am. But you know what? It's been nice, and to prepare myself for the football season, I've been playing 3 o'clock rounds, 4 o'clock rounds. Like I was like, and as we talk about fun round, right? I want to come back to this. I want to come back to this exact topic. Now, tell us about your competitive round. What is the ideal state or surroundings, the environment you need to be in to be at your best competitively?
I'm very cutthroat. Like don't
Love
don't
it.
look
Love
at
it.
me. Don't
Did we lose Ellie?
Oh wait, hello. Can
There
you
we
hear
go.
me?
You're back, and you're back.
Okay. No, I'm very much like, don't look at me, don't talk to me, don't breathe the same air that I'm breathing. Like I will legit walk on the other side of the fairway. I don't want to know about your kids. I don't want to know about what's going on in your life. Like I just want to hit the ball and do it in the least amount of strokes as possible. And so I don't want my caddy to, give me any tips, because I'm already going to have like a plan that I want to execute. And if it completely contradicts what I'm thinking, then it's going to throw off my whole game. And so I just need someone that's going to be there to carry my bag. And like I said, if somebody hits a really great shot, I'll be like, good one. And then that's it. Like I'm not going to give them too much of anything. And it's just it's very night and day.
Do you like getting in that state? Do you like putting yourself in that state?
I do, only because that's the only way that I can function. I know that not everybody is like that. People want to talk, they want to get to know you. And yeah, if this was just a regular practice round, I would be all about that. But I mean, when it comes time for crunch time, like I'm cutthroat. I don't care about what you do or how you do things. I'll talk to you afterwards and I'll be, all very attentive afterwards. But before the round and during the round, just don't even.
All business, baby, right? All business. I love it right
Yeah.
here. Ooh. Okay. I want you to answer this question like as a fun round and competitive round because right here, no bets on the course. And I think your competitive golf is different from my competitive golf, right? Because you're playing in these mid-ams, and that's a great question. I'm curious, right? You're playing in these mid-ams, you're playing in these qualifiers. Is there friendly betting that goes on in these things? And don't implicate yourself, but implicate yourself.
So like in the mid-am, there I have never betted or tried to bet for the qualifiers or anything like that. But like when I have friendly games, like I know I came on here a while back ago and told you guys that I play in the same Saturday group that I've been playing in for about 27, going on 30 years. And so
Do you give them pops? Do you give them strokes?
no, I don't. I don't. And they have all kinds of. Oh no, come on, I'm cutthroat, Andy.
Yes, I
And they're
love it. I
they're
love it. I
they're
love it.
retirees. Like they have that money.
They,
They make more money now
they
than
have
me when
money.
I was
They
working.
have money and they don't work anymore, right?
But like a friend of mine who I've known since forever, his name is Dr. Robert Green. What he'll do is he'll pay for my entry fee and he'll pay for the skins, he'll pay for everything, and then
Damn.
whenever I win, I give him half. Now, don't get me wrong. Sometimes I just break even and he's out that money, but for the most part, like this past Saturday, I won $54, and so he took half of that home. But normally, like I know that there's betting going on, and I'll play my game. Like Jason was asking me today because he's like, "Hey, did you bring money?" And I was like, Jason, this is not my first rodeo, bro. I was like, normally, like I put in money to the pot or whatever, I play my own game, and then you guys just give me all your money afterwards anyway. So it doesn't
I'm
matter.
getting my money back. Don't worry about me, right? And that okay, and so like that's what we want to hear, right? That's what we want to hear. And I'm glad you say that because I guess there is golf is there is a lot of integrity of the game, right? Or some people have it and some people lack it, right? So I love to hear that because you're playing these mid-ams, you're playing these qualifiers. You don't kind of, I guess, you don't mess with those, right? You don't mess with the integrity of that, I guess, those titles or what.
But I think also too, like when you're the person who's trying to figure out, okay, well, so and so, if we're playing for a dime, and on this hole you did this, I feel like you're too focused on not the right things. Like you're too focused on the numbers, you're too focused on the money, and you're not focused on hitting the fairway or
On the
hitting the green
game,
or not
right? On the
the next
game,
time. So I'm
yes.
like, you know what? I'll give you my $20. Now I know that I could not walk away with any money, and that's it. That's the gamble that I'm willing to take. But at the end of the day, if I just play my own game, I'll reap those rewards. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'll bet from time to time, but again, like as long as I do my best on what I can do, then I'll get paid back twofold.
Shh. Right there, guys. Those are words from a champion right there. And so we talk about betting, uh, and I'm kind of bringing it back to Happy Gilmore too. You know what? We talk about betting, right? And he loses all his money. And you know what? Do you think you could play? Let's say your life depended on it, and you had to put all your energy into one round. Could you
Mhm.
bring home the money for you and yours?
So if I didn't have a family, then I would not take that gamble.
Damn
I
it. It's
would
like
not.
damn you, y'all been holding me back my y'all's whole life.
But if I was just a single by myself and I really thought that I could do it, I would put all my money in the pot.
You're a dog. You're a dog. You're a dog,
I mean,
Allie.
because but I mean, like I know that I've said this on your previous podcast. Like we don't go to tournaments where we're like, oh, maybe I'll place top 10. No, we go to tournaments where we feel like we can win the whole damn thing. Because why else waste your time and your
Mm,
money? You know what I mean? So
mm.
again, if I'm not having to gamble with my son's future or making sure that he gets fed at the end of the day, then yeah, I'm gonna put everything I have into it if I feel like I'm gonna be able to win.
Now, Have you felt that your game is been in that position, or when was the last time you felt like, hey, uh, I can make a little run?
So, I mean, like right now, like as soon as school, as soon as my seasons ended last year, like I hit the range and I hit it hard. I'm one of those players where I have to spend hours and hours just hitting, one. I could hit five large buckets and hit one club, but at the end of that round or at the end of that range session, I better be able to know exactly where that ball is going to go. And that's all I've been doing all summer. And I mean, even, I know that we got a lot of rain and there have been some detrimental things that have happened a few courses, but I have my boyfriend, he has a simulator. As soon as he got it though, I was like, will you marry me? Can you
Oh
please,
shoot.
please marry me?
Okay, so all right, so you know what? I know we've gotten off topic, but it's golf. It's golf off golf. It's off of the main topic, but we said we were going to talk golf, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of like Top Golf for me. Like I like the simulators, but I'm kind of also over them.
Yeah. It's so I would much rather be outside and be, on the course or on the range. But when it was raining and I was getting the itch because Tiger Woods 2023 just wasn't doing it, or 2025 just wasn't doing it.
You play that
I was like,
game?
okay,
You play that game?
huh?
You play
Oh
that
my
game?
God. I only play Pebble Beach and I play Pebble Beach all the time. And like I told like I one day I want to go play Pebble Beach. And when I do, I'm gonna know every break of every green because I've been playing Pebble Beach since 2000, like when Tiger Woods 2001 came out. I
Holy
remember playing
shit.
it in college. Like that's I'm a nerd. But yeah, I've played Pebble Beach all the time, at least a
I,
million times.
I'm just gonna say what a lot of people are probably thinking. That's so freaking hot. All right, I'm just gonna say it. I'm just gonna say that. Right now, if you were a guy golfer having the same day, I'm gonna be like, dude, that you know what? That's gay. Like I'll say that
Yeah.
shit. That's gay.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
I
Oh,
actually thought about bringing my PS1 because no to school because none of the kids are going to steal a PS1, right?
that's
Like
true.
I was
That's
like, but oh
true.
no, not a PS, PS3, a PS3.
Yeah. That's too old.
My bad. I don't even think they have a PS.
Well,
Anyways,
well, you know what? Okay, you know what? The last gaming system I had was an Xbox One, and my freaking wife burned. It got the ring of death because she left the DVD Beauty and the Beast running for like 3 weeks. And so I said, you know what? I said I have nothing but girls in this household. I said there ain't, you know what? Like so, I go to my boy's house or I'm see my godsons, and I don't know how to play the games anymore, but I still love to watch it. I love to see it. And I'm like, I don't know. I was like, I haven't played NCAA since like oh wait, since my
yeah.
daughter was born. Like,
So when I went from Tiger Woods 2001 to 2025, I was like, no, you should be able to like spin the ball, and we had to like try and figure that out because that was all the things that I used to do, and so there was a little bit of a learning curve, but it wasn't like too crazy. But
oh
no, I do want to
man,
take my PS3 to school so that way during practice when we do get rained out, I'm like, no, we can still we can play and we can practice.
see, it's mental. It's mental
It
practice.
is.
Sometimes I
It
tell the kids, I said, give me 10 mental push-ups, and they're like. I said, exactly, right? The next thing you know, 30 minutes later, did you do them? It's like, coach, I tried. Like, I tried. I was like, I had to do modified push. I had to do modified pushes. Oh, he's like, oh, you mean girl push? Oh, we say modified pushes, right? Modified pushes.
Oh
So,
my
so as Happy Gilbert, you know what? I think some of the best parts for me in regards to that movie was seeing. I loved seeing Rory get his nipples twisted, and
Oh
then
my God.
Bryson saying, hey, those are my titties. Those are my titties. And I think it's like we see these golfers all like prim and proper, but they're just like us, right? They're
Yes.
like us, and when working when doing some coverage out at Valero several years back, I remember JJ Spawn and Charlie Hoffman just straight talking shit to each other, but just like super, just what you do on the course, right? Just farting around, just shooting the shit. And it was great to see because we don't see that, we have to see them act correctly on the course. We have to see, what they act human. Oh, they're lashing out. They have anger, man. They have anger issues.
Or
Oh, they can't
that's
control
like when
themselves.
Tiger gave JT a tampon.
Were you offended?
No, God, no. I thought it was hilarious.
Right?
I
That's
was,
what I'm saying. Like,
But
You know,
I love Tiger. I'm a Tiger
he
fan.
can
I'll
do no
always
he can do no wrong, right? He can do
no,
no
he
wrong.
can definitely do wrong, but that I did not take offense to it.
But you
Well,
should you should have. They said it was like it was the women, it was the
and you
women's
already said I
movement.
was like, you already said I was like,
That's true. Yeah, that's true. You're like way cooler than a lot of dudes that I know. Like a lot of my friends. It's like I was like,
well, speaking of, did you catch where Paige Spratnik was in the movie?
yes, out at was it Dick's or Golf Galaxy?
She worked at Dick's.
Oh,
She worked at Dick's.
yes.
That's all I'm gonna say. Um, oh, but what about when he was and he was teamed up
Oh,
with those three random people? Did you see
oh,
Homegirl? She did like the splits in the sand.
yes. Oh, I love that. I used to be able to do that. I used to be able to
Did
do that.
you really?
Well, I played first. I always wanted to play first base, but I'm too short. So it's like, hey, you're going catcher, you're going second base, you're going outfield, right? But I said, no, coach, look, I could reach out for the ball. I don't know,
Well,
but I
okay.
can I can do that. So when I see that, I'm like, man, hey, I always think to myself, I used to be able to. They used to be me. That used to be me.
Oh my goodness.
All
I'm
right.
not judging you at all,
No,
Andy.
no, it's 2025. We don't judge, right?
Well,
It,
well, well. When they were at the Muni, did you catch that part where they were like, "Wait, who was that? Was that Grizzly Adams?" Did you catch that
yeah,
part?
yes,
And
yes.
so I was like, "Wait, hold on." And so then I had to go to Happy Gilmore 1, and I was like, it was Lee Trevino. He was like, Grizzly Adams did have a beard, and I was like, I need to Google this shit. I don't know who they're
Who's
talking about.
Grizzly Adams?
I didn't know who he was. I know who he is. Do you know who he is?
Who is Grizzly Adams?
So he's a
Is a
fictional
mount? Is he a
character.
mountain man? Is he a mountain
But
man?
he's a mountain man who has a bear for a pet. And I was like, well,
Okay.
that's,
Yeah, okay. That sounds about right. I always thought of him as like the brawny man, right? Kind of like the
yeah,
the
yeah,
brawny man. So when they
very
say
aggressive.
Grizzly Adams, it sounds
Yeah.
about right. It sounds about right. Grizzly Adams did have a beard. And it's just like I like how they did have a lot of the cameos, but again, when I go back to seeing the PGA Tour players in like a different light, you have, like
Hmm.
you said, you have Xander saying hey, that's what she said. I love how they have Scotty like
Oh
punching
my
him
God.
and then going
Yeah.
to jail and embracing it, and then
Not
like
again.
at the
Yeah.
end, they're like, oh, well, what's for dinner tonight?
Yeah.
Oh, chicken
Chicken
fingers.
I'll stay.
I'll stay, right? And it's just like you see that stuff, and you're just like, you like to see these guys,
Yeah.
outside what we see, right?
Well, and like what was really cool was that Colin Morikawa, he was in it, and we just finished watching Stick too, and so he was also in the
Don't don't
finale.
tell don't tell me don't tell me.
Have you not seen him?
I've
Andy,
only
this
I've only seen the first episode because it's free.
it's only 30. Oh, I will give you my username and
Okay,
password. You
hey,
can watch.
oh, thank you. Know what, Allie, you're officially the best guest. You're the you're the best guest. Hey, I'll share. I'll let you. I'll give you my golf pass code. Okay, how about that? I'll give you. We'll share. We'll switch.
I got you, Andy.
So is
But
is that a good series? Is that a good series?
oh my God. So I wasn't gonna watch Stick because I was like, no, that seems silly. Like I'm just not into it. And then I watched the first few episodes, and then it was like every Wednesday, like I could not wait. And they're only 30 minutes, like
It's like you need
shows.
more. You need more.
Yes. It was really, really good. And then I found out that the kid who is in Stick, he had never played golf before doing the show, and he has a beautiful swing. And that's kind of how I judge people. Like, if you have an ugly swing, I just think you're an ugly person. That's why I don't like Scotty Scheffler very much. But he has a beautiful swing, and I fell in love with his whole character.
Don't look at my swing. I'm just it just like I tell people. So how did you land your wife? I said, because it just gets the job done. I just get, don't look away, turn away. I just get the job done, right? I just get the job done. That's it, all right? So but I'm glad we're learning you. You know what? It's like one of my friends always says, I just want to know you.
Yeah.
We just want to know you, Allie. And I think we're seeing a bit of a dark side of you,
It
an
is.
ugly side,
No,
superficial side.
not. It's not. It's just like, I think because I spend so much time looking at swings all the time,
Okay.
there's just like, there's so many beautiful aspects about the swing that, like Scotty Scheffler, he just looks like a bowler. Like I just don't, but like Nelly Korda, her swing is absolutely
Oh my
gorgeous. Like,
gosh.
in my mind, I'm like, she's the most beautiful person I've ever seen in my entire life. You know what I mean? And
Did you
some
like her
people
cameo?
Nelly? Was she in it?
Wasn't
She was
she?
not in it.
She was one of
No, Charlie.
the no. She was one of the parolee. Like I guess she was on the board. She was one of the
Was she
like
really?
yes, like for Shooter, like to release him or not. She was on
Was she
that
the
little.
one on the right side?
Yes, she
Like,
was.
what are you gonna do if you see Happy? I have to go back and watch it. I didn't know that she was in it.
That's her. Yeah, I think that's her. I don't know. It looked like her. It looked like her. Let's see.
I'm gonna have to go back and watch it. Yeah.
Let's see. Let's see right here. I thought it was her. It might not be. I might be. It doesn't say anything about the women. It doesn't say even say Charlie. Oh, there you go. Nelly Corda and Nancy Lopez. There we go. And Nancy Lopez was the one on the left. She was the
I didn't
doctor.
even realize that. I'm gonna have to go
Yes.
back and watch it.
See, look. Hey, the more you know, and
Thank
the
you.
more you know, right there.
Now,
Okay.
I was a little upset that Tiger wasn't in it. I felt like if Tiger had been in it, it would have just really made everything
The cherry on the top, right? The cherry on the top. I don't know. Are we still there? Like, are we still there with Tiger? Like, he's just still like, you know what? He's still like kind of like Xerxes. He's like a golden god that graces like his appearance here and there. Like, doesn't do
does.
everything. You know, like, are we still there with him?
He's always gonna be there, and he's gonna be there even more after he like passes and goes to the other side. Yes, he's the golden goose. He should have been in it. He should have been in it. Every other
That's a
big name.
damn. That's a great point. See, Ali, it was meant to be that you were meant to be on the show to give us your insight. All right. So another thing I really liked in regards to the cameos, I love, and I said this earlier. I love how Adam Sandler has his family on. Like
Yeah.
he wants his boys, he wants his family, and I think I kind of feel the love. I love how he's just staring at his daughter at the
Yeah.
very end, and I'm just like, because don't you have those times where you just look into your son's eyes, right? You're just like, you know, and having having kids, and it's just like, it's like sometimes you know it, and I'm sure the course is like one of your favorite places to be, and I'm sure like you being out there with him, it's got to be like one of the best feelings. Like whether or not you're playing well. It's just like where else would you want to be, right?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And the summers are so great for that because they allow me to one, work on my game, but two, be with my son. And so actually I was giving him that look the other day. We went to the doctor for his annual checkup or whatever. And my lovely son, he has grown 2 inches in
He's
3
a
months.
horse. He's a horse.
He has gotten so tall and he gained like 15 pounds and he's wearing the same size shoe I am. And so
Oh,
we
be
didn't buy him
careful. Be careful.
we didn't buy him any school shoes because he is the only person I will let crease my shoes.
Hey, Ali, I don't if that's not true love, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what
Exactly.
is.
Thank you. Thank you. He
Oh
did
man.
start walking like a duck for a little bit, and I was like, are you hurt?
Dude,
What is wrong?"
crease
And he was
protectors.
like, "Mom, I don't wanna like crease your shoes." And I was like, "Landon, they are shoes. They will be fine. You walk
Get
normal because you're gonna hurt yourself."
get the crease protectors.
I've heard those are uncomfortable.
Dude, okay. So I wear them in some of my Air Force
Yeah.
One, the AJ Lows, like the golf shoes. I
Uh-huh.
wear them. I wear some of them, and you know what? I guess it's just I'm kind of like an in betweener. Like I'm not quite a size 9.5, but I'm like 9 is a little tight, so I kind of get maybe the bigger size, and I wear those crease protectors, and it fits like. And
Really?
I keep it's creases slightly, but it doesn't crease as much, right?
Mhm.
And so
I went to Vegas with Our Lady of the Lake and I won a little bit of money, so I splurged and I went to the Urban, what is it, that shoe
Urban
store?
Outfitters. No, 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 no.
No, it's Urban Accessories or something,
There
or
we go. Yeah,
Urban.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
And I bought me some Supreme Air Force Ones. They are so nice. And so for graduation, my son was like, "Mom, I really want to wear these." And I'm like, "Do you see the price on that box?" He's like, he's like,
It's like I love you, but I don't love you that
well,
much.
and I was just like, these are very special shoes. Like, Mommy got these in Las Vegas because I won money. And he was like, so I can't wear them. And I'm like, you can wear them, but only for special occasions, like graduating from elementary. And he was like, I'm only going to wear them one time, and then I'm going to take them off, Mom, I promise. And I won't let anyone step on them. And I'm like, okay.
That's your dog. That's your dog. He sounds like he knows you, right?
He's
He
my
knows
ride or
mama.
die.
He
He's
knows
my ride or
mama
die.
right there.
So, like when you were saying, like I do enjoy taking him to the golf course. He wants nothing to do with golf, and I'm trying really hard not to push him. But I'm like, bro, you're not going to sit at home and play video games. Like you're at least going to come with me, and he'll find a million different ways to sit in the cart. And I'm like, okay, I'm leaving. And you make friends with the people that you play with, and then he'll jump on their carts. And I'm just like, you can throw him off if you want to, but I mean, you're absolutely right. For him to be there with me, has been so amazing, and I wouldn't have it any other way.
Michael Gomez, that's what she said.
That was a good one. That was a good one.
You know what? My wife says that sometimes, and I'm just like, no, like shut up, like that's not funny, And then like one of the girls will come, one of my daughters will be like, that's what she said, and I'm like, okay, that was funny. That was
But what's really funny? I might get in so much trouble for this, but I'll do it at like coaches meetings, and I'll like text my coach bestie, and I'm like, that's what she said. And then trying to see them not laugh when like the speaker is talking directly to them is priceless. It's so awesome.
Oh man, see, but all right. So as we talk about these little things, right? These little sayings. I have another question for you right here.
What's up?
LAF, thanks LAF for chiming in and for watching the show and being a part of the show. We appreciate y'all. What makes you mad the most on the course? And I have that on my board so I can see. I say pet peeves too. Like what is something that makes you mad on the course, and maybe what's something that a playing partner or somebody in your group can do that just that'll just maybe just piss you off a little bit.
So I've learned that when you give people the power to control your emotions, you've already lost, right? So like if I let somebody get under my skin like that, like I am not in the right frame of mind to be playing my best game. And so I try really, really hard not to let stuff like that or to let anything get under my skin. But my biggest pet peeve is when we're in a tournament and there's slow play and our whole group is deducted for what one person
has that happened? Has that happened to you before?
Oh my God, yes. So I had qualified for the U.S. Mid-Am a few years ago. We were in Arizona, Flagstaff, and we were playing the second round. And there was a lady. She was just very meticulous about her stuff, and I get that. Like everybody has their little quirks and their little like things that they do. But she got us on the timer, and so then that made me and the other lady, that made us kind of do things twice as fast. So that way because I mean, they had told everybody and we knew who it was. But because I was rushing so that way I wouldn't get, penalized, I was taking more shots than what I should have been taking. And so I let her actions, dictate how my emotions were in that instance, because I was deducted points for something that I didn't do, but I was trying to overcompensate for what she was doing. So slow play, just really.
All right, so we talk about slow play, and I'm gonna put my coaching hat on, right? And I want you to put your coaching visor and your coaching bow on. Well, you wear a hat too. So, what is something you're gonna do, or you're gonna tell your students or your players to combat when that is occurring? Because it seems like as golfers, and I see it all the time with these young hotshots, everyone's taking a long time. Like, man, it's just, and it's not about playing fast. It's just about, you want to suck? Hey, suck faster, right? Suck quicker, right? And you know what? It's just, my dad beat it into me, and I'm sure maybe your grandfather did too. It's like, hey, pace of play, hey, pick it up, hey, play, hey, hit, go to your ball, ready, golf. Hey, sabes que, mijo, ready, golf. And everybody still gives me shit that I'm a slow player, but these are the things that are ingrained in my mind. Hey, be ready. Hey, just be ready. What's one thing you tell your player?
Well, before I tell you that, I play with the retirees out at Lackland, and one of my best friends is 85 years old. And one of the things that they used to do, not so much anymore, but they would get there super, super early. We would all eat breakfast together, and they would get the newspaper, like straight up like the newspapers, and they would go straight to the obituaries, and they would try and figure out like if they knew anybody. Because I mean, like, that's just. And I mean, like, you think it's morbid, but I mean, it's actually really funny with the way that they did it. And so when we were out on the course, they'd be like, if you don't hurry up, I'm going to die before this round is over. So pace of play was super, super important. And I mean, that was kind of engraved at a young age. Well, fast forward to college, I'm trying to make sure my stance is good, my hands are good, where's my shoulders, and I had one of my teammates tell me, hey, you're slow. And that was just
Oh,
enough for me to be like, I didn't even realize, like, I was so overthinking that I didn't even realize that I was being slow. And I didn't take offense to it. I mean, I took it and I was like, okay, let me be faster. And so from those experiences, when it comes to a player who is playing slow, I feel like if a coach tells a player, hey, like, I need you to pick it up, it's going to go in one ear and out the other. I feel like it's going to be much more impactful if their teammate, not in a rude or disrespectful way, just is like, hey, you're slow hitting your ball. You need to make these decisions before.
yeah, before you come on up.
I do let like my team captain who can address it with them, so that way it's not addressed in a way that's bullying. But I do think that that's something that needs to be told by their peers.
And I think it, just like you said, it comes a little bit. You take it a little more to heart, right? You take a little more to heart, and maybe you're going to put it more into and you evaluate it, right? So same thing.
Yeah.
Like somebody, like one of my best friends tells me, he's like, "Damn, you're slow," and then you start, but then you like you're subconsciously you're like, you
Yeah.
think about it, and maybe that's what you need to do. You have to self evaluate, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And that's exactly what it is. Cause I mean, think about, like if you're a teenager and you're getting ready to go out on a date or whatever, like if your mom comes in and is like, nope, you're not going to wear that. Then you're just like, mom, like it's fine. But if your best friend is like, no, I think maybe you should wear something different, then you just kind of take it more to heart. And it's that peer, I don't want to say pressure, but it's that peer feedback that's more valuable than, somebody like a coach or your mom.
That's what I tell the kids, right? So I tell the kids, like one kid yawns, like where we're talking, or yawns in the drill. I'll say the other kid, I said, hey, next time such and such yawns, I said, Sam, you're hitting 10 push-ups. Well, why, coach? I said, tell your dude. I said I like to do a lot of peer feedback, a lot of peer
Yeah.
instruction, peer
Yeah.
coaching, right? Like peer
Oh,
encouragement. And I said
yeah.
I love for that those peer interactions to happen, right? To happen
Yeah.
because and maybe it gets that one kid out of their comfort zone to voice, or maybe when they see somebody move a ball or not or improve their lie, things of that, right? Like it gets them maybe to do, if they do that in the huddle or in your team practice, then maybe they might have the courage to do that when when the match is on the line, when it's
Yeah.
tourney time, right? When it's integrity, when things of that nature, when it really counts, right?
Yeah, I completely agree. I do think that feedback is more valuable to kiddos nowadays than ever before. And, like I said, I can tell them and it's probably going to go in one ear and out the other, and it just won't be as impactful.
So one thing I had on here on the board, I said just as I'm watching a lot of shows right now about like leadership, just because you had it last year and you kind of had some of it this year going into a new role professionally, right? I'm gonna be at a new school after being at one school for 17 years, and so I'm trying to like everything I do like at this moment in this year, I'm setting the tone for however long if I do stay there. I'm trying to put my stamp on it. I'm trying to get along first. I'm trying to go along. Yeah, I'm trying to go along so I can get along, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, one thing I want to know about you, and now is, you're a head coach now. You're a head coach now in high school. What is maybe your signature like coaching style? Like, what do you say? Like, this is your go-to. Like, this is maybe your go-to. Like, you know what? Like something is like I like to. One thing I'm doing right now, and just for an example, I always tell the kids. I said like we're out there in football, and I said, guys, we're gonna be ready. We're gonna stay ready. I said we're gonna stay ready. I said, what's Little Caesar like? And they're like, hot and ready. I said, exactly. We're gonna be like Little Caesar. We're gonna be hot. We're gonna be ready. I said, and very reasonably priced. Like I said. So I see those are the things. Like that's kind of where I think for me, like I'm trying to always kind of tie some things in because I deal with kids, 13, 14-year-olds. So what is Coach Trevino's, Coach Ally's like signature thing?
So it's not so much saying like a phrase specifically, but as a female, as a head golf coach at one of the top schools, in Northside, I know that there might be some incoming freshmen that might not take me seriously, and so I always make it a point to play golf with the kids right off the bat, just so that way they know like when I ask you to do something, it's because I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm talking about. And so I don't have to reiterate that throughout the year because the kids already know like this is the level of my game. And I'm still practicing. I'm still playing. You know, even with the kiddos from last year, when we left for summer, I said, look, I expect all of you guys to play and practice during the summer. I said, and as your coach, like this is the tournament that I'm getting ready for because you never stop playing this game. This is a lifelong game. And, you know, I have goals of going to Pebble Beach and, you know, we have to keep our goals high. We raise the bar high so that way we can meet those standards. But we really just need to let our game speak for itself. Right. And so I don't have a specific phrase, but when I tell you to do something after us going and playing and me whooping your butt, when I ask you to do something, I expect you to do it. You know, just like leaving last year, I told the kids, I expect you to play in these tournaments because I'm playing in these tournaments. If I can do it, you can do it. And, you know, I didn't get to do it last year, but when I was at Warren, I told the kids when we came back from Christmas break, because we would run a mile. If you can't run a mile, then you can't walk 5 miles with your bag on your back. And so I'm like, if I can beat you running a mile, and I'm not very fast, then you have some work that you have to do. So a lot of my mantra is proving it. Prove it to me. Don't tell me. You don't need to talk about how awesome your game is. Show me. Let your game speak for itself. Because at the end of the day, that number behind your name, that's all the talking that needs to happen.
Ooh, Allie, you're tough, man. I don't know. If my kid were there, hey, we're transferring. We're transferring. We're moving. We're moving. All right, we got to get out of Coach Allie's path over here, and I love it though. But again, you are preparing our young ones for the tourney, for life, for college, for the next level, and I love that. I love that. Prove it, you know.
Yeah.
And
I mean, even my son, like he plays basketball, right? And I hear him start talking and chirping on the court, and all I have to do is say Lennon Ryan, and he already knows. He knows that means he's like, yeah.
What did I didn't do it. It wasn't me.
I didn't do anything. But I mean, he already knows, like, stop chirping because the more points that you can put on that board, that's all the chirping that you need to say. You know, because nowadays, all these parents, they like to get in on it and the kids see it, right? The kids think, well, if the parents are doing it, then it must be okay. And I'm like, no, we're not going to play that game because how many times have you been to a game, right? And there's all these people that are talking and maybe they could be.
Everybody can do it better. Everybody can do it better.
Yeah. And you just have to not engage. But again, that goes back to not letting people get under your skin. If I let somebody get under my skin, I am giving them the power to control my emotions. And that's not how I operate on the course. That's not how I operate in public.
And I love that. And I think that's one thing. And I said in the title coaching series because I've had I had Coach McQuiston on last. I have last week. I have another great coach in yourself on this week. I've had Coach Poppy on the show. I've had Coach Winicky on the show. I've had Summer on the show. You know, and I've had Arnie on the show. I've had these great coaches, and I always love to steal like things on how coaches do things. And you're right there. I'm thinking to myself, I said, man, I've just been doing because we're in the learning phase, and so I'm just doing nothing but kind of like instructing right now and trying to teach kids all our verbiage, techniques, and everything because I ain't gonna do it. I'm going to do it in September. I'm going to do it in October. I'm going to do it right now, right? And so, but I love that. I said, man, I'm going to have to bring my cleats tomorrow. I'm going to have to bring my cleats tomorrow and show these kids, like, this is how you do it. This is how you cut. This is how you get into it.
All of the other sports are completely different than golf, right? I mean, like there's an expiration age for football. There's an expiration age for basketball. I mean, granted, Jordan's like what 60 and he can still dunk, but
he can do it.
Ridiculous. But you know what I mean? Like in golf, like I can still birdie a par 5. I can still, shoot 78 on a random Wednesday. And so golf is just one of those sports where, I mean, you don't have to yell at them. You don't have to, really like lay into them about something that they, made a mistake on. It's just, it's a completely different world. And I've just been able to kind of figure out, my niche and just kind of go from there. But yeah, I think our mantra for this year is just going to be, because I have a lot of really great players and they like to talk mess sometimes. And I'm like, no, you don't need to do that. You let your game speak for itself. And that's it. That's the only talking that needs to happen.
See, and I love that, Ally. Like, man, you just, I can't wait to get after it tomorrow in the morning, baby. I can't wait to get after it. But I love to hear, like I said, I love to hear other good coaches. I didn't have you on the show to for you or for my audience. I had you on the show for me, right? And I love to hear that stuff because you know what our mantra is? It's like and I'm super huge on sportsmanship. And the same thing, like I don't like that. I said, you know what? You know when we can I said, you know when we can talk trash? When the game's over and we're in the locker room. That's when we can
Oh yeah.
talk trash. I said, you know what?
Oh,
You know when you celebrate, we can high five and chest bump. I said, but we're never celebrating on anybody's in their face or anything like that. You know when we celebrate? When the game is over. That's when we
yeah.
celebrate. You know it
Yeah.
like it's yes sir, no sir. We don't talk to the officials. You let your play do the talking. And said, Coach, but they did this. And I said, you have to be strong enough to not react.
Yeah.
You got to be strong enough to not react. So when I hear that, I'm just like, I said, man, I said, if Ally's doing this, I said, then I guess I'm doing it right too. I just need I need the validation. That's what I need. I need the validation
I got
right
you.
there.
I got you, Andy.
Right here. We got another great comment right here. Jordan Forbes right here. Thanks, Jordan, for chiming in, brother. I'm 27. I wish so much I could have started as a kid. I started golfing 3 years ago. And I'm sure, Ally, as you are ingrained in the game of golf, this is a lot. Like 3 years. It's almost a COVID golfer, right? Almost a COVID golfer.
Yeah.
And
Um,
as you see this, you go to a lot of courses, and I mean, we see what does the golfer look like today that it looked like maybe 10 years ago.
I mean, just the sheer amount of golfers has just increased. Like the game has just gotten so popular. I mean, I remember back when the PGA mantra was "Let's grow the game," and you don't see that anymore, right? Because the game has exploded. Like it
Live,
has gotten.
and then it was live under par, live under
Oh,
par,
live under
live under par.
my bad. Real quick, did you know that live is not LIV? It's like the numbers.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's 54.
yeah,
You didn't
because
know that?
no, I just like saw a TikTok and I was like, that's not true because not everything on the internet is
Yeah,
true. But what does 54 stand for?
it's because they only play 54 holes.
Oh, that's right.
And but a lot of people say it's because of Norman because he would have won the Masters if it was only 54 holes.
That's so wrong. That's so wrong.
But what I'm saying is, how tough is it to get a tee time now because of all the
It
influx
is.
of golfers?
It is incredibly difficult. I had a friend of mine be like, hey, like, why are you sleeping in till 10 o'clock during the summer? I'm like, dude, like, I can't get on the course until 2 o'clock anyways, because that's when it's already 100 degrees and nobody's out there anyways. I remember when Robert was out at Fort Sam, he would be like, hey, however many degrees it is over 100, that's how much you'll pay to play. But you have to walk and you better not die out there. And I'm like,
I
yes, sir.
damn man, dude, damn, hey, he wanted to see you go down, man.
But you know
oh, we
what? Like,
lost Ally out there today.
I would take my bag. I mean, it was relatively flat and I was out there. I was walking. I made sure. Oh, and then like I would go and I would refill my water bottle whenever they had the water things. And there was a snake coiled up in the water bottle like jug. And when I went to go and like pour water, it was like his little tongue was like slithering on my thumb. And I was like, that's a whole lot of nope. And now I will never get water from a water jug.
There's so many shady things in those Fort Sam those
The
little
little
green
huts.
the little huts.
Yes.
I'm scared. Like I'm waiting for somebody else to go first. Like if you die, you get stung, I'll tell everybody how brave you were. Like don't worry,
Yeah.
I will tell your story. And then I don't know, it's on Salado. There's a toilet that it's like 300. Like it's a bottomless pit. Like it's like this. It's like what is it? Where Leonidas kicks the guy in there. This is Sparta, and kicks the guy. I'm being serious. It's not like that for the women out there.
I mean, no, the restrooms are terrible. And I will
It's a
say that
toilet.
even,
No, Allie. It's a
even,
never-ending pit. It's a
oh, I
never-ending
know.
pit.
Even at the Dominion, like their restrooms are relatively nice, but I will still look under the pot to
No,
make
you
sure
have to.
there's no
You
creepy
you you
crawlers.
have
This
to.
might be way too much information, but I don't sit down. Like I just like hover.
You hover. You
And
hover.
so you either wait or if there's like an extreme case, then you hover. So my grandma's gonna see this later and she's gonna be like, Mija, what in the world were you talking about?
All right, Allie. Your thoughts? Do you think there would ever be a Happy Gilmore 3?
I don't know. I don't know. It was like way over the top. I mean, it would have to be where like maybe he was coaching, but then like that gets into so many like Bagger Vance, and that gets into
Mm-hmm.
9 Days in Utopia, and I mean even Stick. Like there's
Mm-hmm.
so many movies that have been about. So I guess Adam Sandler could spin it that way, but I just feel like he's getting a little bit too old to be the main character. Like he would have to be the coach. If there was going to be a Happy Gilmore 3, he would have to be the coach.
I think one of the things that I was not I wish I think I mean there were several things you can say, right, that you were disappointed with just because you know what you wanted to see maybe your favorites or whatever. I was disappointed that Chubb's son didn't play more of a
Oh,
role because that guy is funny. That guy is funny, and I don't think he played as much of a role as because I watched the first one, right, and you know what Carl Weathers is like. Hey, you know what? He goes and he's moving his hips and he goes, hey, he goes, sorry, hey, ease in the tension, baby. Just ease in the tension, right? Just like little things like that. And I'm like, I was waiting for him to kind of, you know what, put his comedy out there, which I don't think he got a really good opportunity to do.
but I felt like that it was just so jam-packed with so many things. It was hard to spotlight one individual person. And I think as it is, like Bad Bunny played such a big role in it. You know
He
what I
wasn't
mean? So
bad. He wasn't real bad. Like I thought, like I didn't mind him. I'm not a Bad Bunny fan. Like in regards to his music, I'm not a Bad Bunny fan. But I think I'll give his music more of a try now because I know like he did such a good job. I thought he did.
yeah. And like his music, like it's good tempo, it's good vibes. Don't look up the English lyrics to his songs because they are nasty. They are so nasty.
Ooh, ooh.
But like I like listening to him on the range. Like he's one of my go-to guys that I'll listen to because he's got a good tempo, a good rhythm, and it's just like it's entertaining to hear. Like it's like candy for your ears.
It is. All right, Allie. Do you have any shout outs or anything you want to? Okay, here we go. The last thing I want to talk about. You're going to be leaving Our Lady of the Lake, the women's golf team. You're going to be leaving as a coach because if you just kind of want to speak on that, because I know that that's something big that's been a part of your professional career these past several years.
It is. I'm really sad I have to go. I just wouldn't be doing either teams, my high school team or my college team, justice if I split my time, or my son, if I split my time between both of those jobs. And I do think that Our Lady of the Lake deserves to have somebody who is there more. I would go to all the workouts, and I loved the workouts at 6
Oh,
a.m.
I'm sure you did. I'm sure you did.
Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. But I just wasn't at practice as much. And so, it just, with them being conference champions last year, I think that they, and I was assistant at Our Lady of the Lake, and I was assistant at O'Connor. And so now that I'm going to be the head at O'Connor, and it just doesn't look like they're going to be able to, with budget cuts, it doesn't look like I'm going to get an assistant. And so
Oh
there's just
shoot.
really, yeah, they are gonna give me an assistant, but he's gonna be at the middle school level, and he's gonna coach football and then come to golf. And
Oh.
so, um, I'm just gonna,
Hey, he just wants them Pro Vs. He wants that Pro
no,
V life.
no, you're gonna have to earn those Pro Vs.
Hey, right now it's what is it? It's True Feel right now, right? It's just those True Feels, not or the True Softs,
No,
not
I,
the.
I only get Pro V ones, and they only go to the varsity. So,
Whee! Whee! Hey, you gotta save me a sleeve, left dash.
I
Okay,
got you. I got
save me a
you.
sleeve.
Oh,
Left
and we're
dash.
gonna. Oh, Andy, I know I'm supposed to answer a question, but hold on. So my boys did so good, and my girls did so good last year. They were both district champions, and so this year, our shirts, and I have to say, like all of the schools try to compete with like the style, right? Like we were the first to wear Bad Birdie last year, and our shirts were
Dude,
so
I loved it because
good.
they were your school colors within
Yes.
like their crazy designs. I love it. I
And
love that.
so, like, a lot of the high schools, they would like compliment us, and you could tell, like, we would get those eyes where, like, dang, like, I wish we
Eh,
had cool stuff
Or
like that.
they give you the
They do,
they give you the
they
glance
do,
over.
and I give them the eat your heart out. Um, this year, and I don't care if people, find out, but I got my boys Sunday Red shirts, and they are beautiful. They are
Oh my
so
gosh. Oh
Yes,
my
and my girls,
gosh.
my girls are going to get Bad Birdie again, but they're going to be pink, and so I'm excited about that.
Damn. But hey, like we always say on the show as a coach, for your kids, uniforms look good, feel good,
You
play
feel
good.
good,
And then if
good.
you didn't play good, well then damn, You still look
And
good.
and when I decided, like when I found the shirt that because I mean I'm a huge Tiger fan, and I buy his stuff. I try to buy his stuff as much as I
Yeah,
can.
good luck. Good luck.
But when I saw that shirt, I was like, that's O'Connor, because he's got like the tiger, and we're the Panthers, and I'm like, oh, this is perfect. This is perfect.
Damn. See, but okay. Secretly, when you got the head coaching gig, the first thing you did was you looked on that BSN catalog, or you looked through the catalogs. You're over here like you're
And
looking right.
and
You had to.
and BSN, no, no, no.
I say that because I drape my middle school coaches in Nike, and that's a big flex, like in our league, right? Like everyone's rocking, like maybe the top tier is like Adidas, right? I said, no, 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 I don't do the three. I ain't about the three stripe life, like never have, never will. So like it's like me, I'm getting Jordan polos, and that's an upgrade for us, right? So I'm just like. But you're taking it to the next level in regards to golf, because everyone else is rocking Under Armour, Nike, probably, you know what I mean, or Adidas, right? That's what they're rocking.
And I'm one of those people where I want to be unique. Like I don't want the same thing that everybody else has, right? So when I started with the Titleist backpack and all the Titleist hats, people were like, "Oh, well, where can we get?" And I'm not. I'm one to share. I'm like, "Here's my Titleist rep." Shout out to John Slaughter. I don't know if he listens or not, but he has helped me, since I was back at Lanier, right? And so now I'm starting to see like everybody is wearing the same thing that I'm wearing, and they have their logo and they have their colors, and I'm like, I don't want to be like everyone else. So this year I'm gonna get a Travis Matthew backpack, and we're still gonna have our Titleist, but we're gonna have the cord, and it's gonna be
Damn. They're gonna have to get on your level, or they're not gonna be able to.
cool.
They're not
And,
gonna
and
be
and
able
we
to.
work really hard with fundraising, and I know that a lot of this stuff is expensive, but my kids work really hard and they raise money, and so why not spoil them? Like they have definitely worked for it, and so I want to give them everything that they deserve. And I mean, if I'm the innocent bystander that happens to look good because of it as well, then so be it.
You have to lead, and you have to lead the right way. It's all about. I mean, because if they don't have a leader, I mean, where are they gonna go, right? You have to lead. You have to lead by example, right? All right, so that's badass. That is badass in regards to
I'm
coaching,
so
right? I think again, I'm coming from small Catholic schools where my first polos were like Augusta brand, and they were the ones with the big long sleeves and like or blue white accents all over, and mine, and it had to have my name on it, and I'm like, bro, like don't put my name on it. Like it had to have the name, you had to have the logo and the whole school's name all over it, right? And you're just like you don't have to do it. Or someone gives me a shirt and it says coach on the back, and I'm like, bro, like I don't like I don't, coach, you don't want this shirt. I'm like, I don't need to tell everybody, like I know I'm a coach. Like these kids know I'm a coach. They don't, hey, he's got coach.
Yeah,
Is that your last
yeah,
name, coach? It's on the back of
yeah.
your shirt, right? All right, Ali. So as we wrap up the show here, do you have any shout outs in regards to as we close up?
So yeah, I mean, my head coach at Our Lady of the Lake, Arnie Martinez, he's been so influential, these past 4 years. I actually told him last year, I was like, hey, this coming year, like the year that we're about to start, I said, this is probably gonna be my last year because, my son is getting older and I want to be able to be there for him. And he was just so amazing. He worked with my schedule, and, I just got to a point where I couldn't juggle both, and it just wasn't fair to the girls. And so I've learned so much from him, just from like rules to, swing thoughts and swing patterns. And, he really is on another level when it comes to the mental game. And I have not even begun to scratch the surface and pick his brain about certain things, but he has been so amazing. My style, I got my style from him because he has phenomenal style.
When
And
you're a
so
skinny guy, you can have whatever style you want because you're a skinny guy.
but he
Try
hits
be,
the ball like
try
500 yards.
try being short and fat like me and see what I just say. If it fits me, you know what, man, it's the best shirt ever.
Yeah. Well, he has just been amazing, and I've learned so much from him. And I told him, I was like, I'm still going to call you about certain things, and I need you to pick up. And so he was like, yes, coach, whatever. But he has been so great. Abel Garza, he was the previous head coach at O'Connor. I learned so much from him as well. He is enjoying the retired life now, and so I'm super happy for him. But I do wish from time to time that he was still at O'Connor, because there are certain things that, I still need to learn, and I'm going to continue to learn them. But I have a wonderful group of peers who support me. All of the high school coaches in Northside, we're really one big happy family, even though some people may not admit that. But we do help each other out a lot. And my son, like I said, he's not a golfer, but he'll go with me to practice. And sometimes he'll be like, Mom, do I have a choice? And I'm like, nope. And he'll go and at least he's around the game. I'm hoping that eventually, he picks up the game, but it is what it is.
Hey,
So.
you know what? You're right. I try with my two daughters, and it is what it is. I hate to we hate to hear we hate to hear that as a coach or as an educator, right? Why do we do it like that? Or how could it is what it is,
It
right?
is what it is.
I hate to hear that. Ally, thank you so much for being on the show, talking life, talking golf, talking Happy Gilmore too. Dude, I so appreciate you, and I'm so proud of you, because I don't think, there's a lot of good people that I know from the show, but you know what? You're up there. You're not only a good golf person, you're a great person, and I know you've worked so hard, and you deserve this opportunity. I'm so freaking proud for you. We're going to root hard for you. I know you're going to kill it, and I just wanted to tell you, wish you good luck this season and the school year, and man, I'm so freaking pumped for you.
Thank you, Andy. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much.
All right, guys, that's Ally Trevino. Make sure, guys, you keep her in your prayers, her and her team. God bless the team. They better prove it this year. Ally, hey, thanks so much. You have a good night.
Bye.
So, dude, Ally's cutthroat. She scares me, because she's so cutthroat, right? She get out of here, Chrissy. Oh, whoop, there you go. Ally's still here. There you go, right there. Okay, my bad. Ally, you got to log off, Ally, so you can hear. You got to log off.
My bad.
I
don't know.
Okay, I got it. There you go. I got it. Okay, got it right there. Ally's so cutthroat, man. But you know what? I think she puts a lot of things in perspective in regards to coaching, and I'm so thankful to have her. And people always ask, oh, do you pay your guest? I don't pay my guest. Why would I pay my guest to be on this show? But I'm appreciative of my guest, or my co-host, or my boys, or my girl, Ally, for coming on, because they do me a solid. We talked for like an hour and 25 minutes. And you know what? It really didn't seem like much, because, man, we're just talking about the game we love. And of course, man, I'm thankful to be in the coaching profession. And I love hearing other good coaches speak. I had the privilege of stepping into volleyball summer camp this week at my school, and to learn and see how my volleyball coaches coach. And there was no secret as to why our girls volleyball program has been so strong these past several years, because these coaches are solid. The girls were so attentive. You know what? Hey, it was business there, but music's playing, active, talking, aggressive, and a lot of instruction going on. ABC, always be coaching, and I freaking love it. Right? I love to hear it. It was so great. Also, a couple of other things coming up right here. We have a RGV FOREBROS Tour chapter versus San Antonio, baby, coming up here. RGV FOREBROS versus San Antonio FOREBROS. And we got a good little collab coming out here, and it's great to see that. We always want to share, because a lot of times people always oh man, y'all are this, y'all are that. And I said, dude, it was great to have the open house this past Saturday out at Golf Club of Texas, man. It was so awesome. Big ups to our guy, Bo LeHue and Zeke. Course is in great shape. It was a beautiful freaking night. Sundown golf. Happy Gilmore. The fajitas, the food was off the chain. The beer was cold. Vibes were high at Golf Club of Texas. It was great to see our bros out there, and great to meet some new and future bros out there. I'm thankful, as we talk about, Ally's talking about her former coach, her players, her son. That's one thing that I'm extremely excited about. We're FOREBROS. Jeremiah Sierra, our president, one of our founding fathers, he posted, he goes, hey, 3 years and still on fire. And I think the thing is that all our board members and Jeremiah Sierra as being one of the founding members, we always want to make it a great experience for the golfer, for the bro, right? And I know our boy Charlie, one of our board members, it was important to do the same, you know, in his area there in the Valley. And I know Joe Aldape is doing some great things over there, and we want to help our bros there in RGV chapter. We want them to have that same love, that same feeling that we have every time we play with our bros. And we don't say it's not our motto, never golf alone again, just because it's cool or it's catchy. We say it because we freaking live it and we mean it. Sometimes it's fun to play alone. There's nothing wrong with that. But you know what? As I've been coaching the kids and working with the new program, it's never about the destination. It's about the journey. And you don't want to go alone. And we want to bring our teammates with us. We want to bring our boys with us. And it was awesome. It was awesome to have Golf in a Movie. Happy Gilmore too. You know, several of our spouses, girlfriends and stuff, they were out there and it was great. I got to play with my godsons. It was such a freaking beautiful night. We were talking shit, playing with their dad and my godsons, and it was awesome to get out there with them, man. My boys are growing up so fast, and it was great to be out there with our bros. Our kids were out there, you know, families were out there, and it was just, you know, thank you, Bo Hugh. I don't think there's a lot of guys that could do an event like he did and do events like he does. And, you know, Golf Club of Texas, it's that spot. You know, there's somebody can come close, but it's kind of a little difficult in regards to base access. But that's Robert Vasquez out at Lackland, Gateway Hills. You know, you have two of those guys that they put the customer first. You know, they put the customer first. Jadon out at Silverhorn does that too. Anthony out at La Cantera, you know, you have Dustin at Quarry, you know, they make those things memorable, right? Javi out at San Pedro, customer service, they put the customer before a lot, and it's put out a great product, guys. So big ups to our guy Bo LaHue at a Golf Club of Texas for the Happy Gilmore 2 screening. Food was off the chain, and thanks to my bros, FOREBROS Tour. Never golf alone again, guys. So make sure, guys, if you're looking for a spot, looking for a team, there's always a game going on, man. These guys are some golf hoes. Always a game going on. We want to thank our presenting sponsor. Thank you to Maximum Demolition and Dismantling. Thank you to owner-operator Lee Ramos. He loves the dirty work, all right? Quality company, quality people. These guys do the job right, man. Make sure you hit them up for any of your demo needs at MaximumDemo.com or 210-507-2227. And, hey, man, tell them Andy from Nothing is OB sent you, because they're great people. And also, we want to thank, we've been coming live from the Texas Chancla Studios. Thanks to our guy, Jesse Hernandez. Yes, he is that lawyer, the TikTok lawyer. Make sure, guys, for any of your legal needs, DWI, divorced, accidents, hit up our guy. All right, out at the law office of Jesse Hernandez, the Texas Chancla, 210-807-8656, JesseHernandezLaw.com. We're going to try to do a new closeout. That's Golf, Bro is our theme song, courtesy of Rory Blackeroy, my dog. So the new sign out we're going to try is That's Golf, Bro.